Born and raised in Islip.
I grew up in Brentwood.
Born and raised in Bayport.
Grew up in Central Islip.
Born and raised in Brentwood.
I am from New Jersey.
I work for UPS.
Police officer.
I work with Pride for Youth.
Arts marketer.
I actually work for Capital One Bank.
Licensed CPA.
I'm a human sexuality expert.
I've been teaching in the district for the last 24 years.
A community educator.
I'm also a licensed social worker.
I also do local theater.
I'm currently in law school at UCLA.
We're gay.
A lesbian.
I identify as bisexual. A lesbian.
Gay man.
Lesbian.
I'm gay.
Coming out was one hurdle for me.
I was outed by the media. We were protesting.
I was dancing with some friends. Pictures were getting taken. Not realizing it was Newsday. Next day I ended up in the paper.
Newsday was there and caught us on video and aired it.
It got around the school like wildfire. So they told their parents called my parents, and all of a sudden I get a phone call.
I'm still not out to my parents.
It took me until 2 years ago to come out to my grandmother.
Don't tell your father because, you know, he won't get it.
I didn't tell anybody until I was 19, and I didn't come out to my parents until I was almost 23 years old.
Coming out for me was actually done by my siblings. My mom, even still to this day, is really in some heavy denial.
There was a couple people who were not okay with it, and I lost a couple friends along the way.
When I was 20, my brother came out. And it was everyone sitting in the living room crying situation. So I'm sitting there thinking, oh, what the hell am I going to do now?
I'm petrified now, so I go back into the closet.
I didn't have any negative experiences.
She said, if you just found the right girl, I think everything would be all right. And then there was a pause, and she said, well, maybe if you just found the right guy.
When are you going to find a nice girl? When are you going to find a nice rich girl? You know, so you don't have to work. Great idea. And finally I said, look, you know, Dad, I can't take it anymore. I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to find a rich girl. And he's like, well, then that just leaves guys. And I said, well, that's pretty much where I'm at. And he goes, oh, okay. He saw it as like a math problem to solve. He's like, okay, so you get it, rich guy. So find a rich guy, you know? Like, that's all he cared about. The rich was more important.
The first friend who I came out to was like, oh, me too.
It took about 45 minutes to finally say it. And then I said, you know, like, I'm gay. And she was like, that's what we were waiting for. I think I knew that before you knew it.
I remember saying, like, this is it, Scott. You know, once you say it, this is it. And of course I said, you know, David, I'm gay. He goes, I know, like, that fast. I was like, great.
It apparently didn't surprise anybody.
All of my friends knew.
The ones that were true friends, you know, have stuck by me.
I never like officially like came out to people, but it's just a part of my life.
When I went to college, I just decided, you know, like, instead of coming out, I'm just gonna be.
Words to the wise, never tell your parents something with shock value while they're driving a vehicle. But we're all okay, we barely missed the pole.
But it worked out well in my situation.
My father, believe it or not, was actually like super okay with it.
And I know. And I was like, oh, why? Because a mother always knows. She's like, of course. And I found your porn under your bed. 2 years ago.
Really close to my family now.
My aunt actually came out right after me. So after I came out to the family and she saw that everybody was okay with it, she finally came out. She was in her mid-40s. She finally came out to her family.
Overall, very positive experience.
One of the major parts was admitting it to yourself first.
I think the hardest person to come out to was myself.
It was definitely harder to say it to myself.
It took a lot of work to be comfortable. You go through all this identity crisis, regardless if you're gay or you're straight. You're trying to figure out who you are and where you are in the world.
How that ties into this need to, like, label ourselves.
When I kind of started coming out, not too long after that, I dated a guy for 3 years.
I was questioning my own identity. Then as soon as he made an advance on me and tried to kiss me and I wanted to vomit.
You can physically think somebody's attractive. That doesn't mean that you're lesbian or gay.
Gay or straight, everybody can appreciate either sex.
It's very common, I think, for anybody to have feelings for someone who they might not normally think that they would have feelings for. Man or woman, different race, different religion.
There's fluidity in sexuality.
All I knew back then is that I was different. I didn't know what gay meant yet.
And then you start to realize it's not really a problem at all.
You can't label yourself so early. You just kind of have to be who you are.
Realized I needed to be true to myself.
Everybody was telling you like it wasn't natural. So what's wrong with me?
Italian family, Roman Catholic.
Because she still believes that gay people will burn in hell.
The God I know doesn't say that it's wrong.
There's definitely churches out there too that support us as well. So
There was nobody at all that was out. Everybody was straight in everybody's eyes.
back in 1995, I knew one kid that was out at that point in the whole school. Imagine just one kid that was out.
I had seen the one gay man that I had known who was a friend of ours in the school get bullied and get picked on, and I thought to myself real quick, oh no, no, that's not me, not here, not now.
I went to a very small school, very closed-minded school.
There was no gay-straight alliance.
After I came out, I pretty much lost all of my friends. The few friends that I kept in my senior year, I'm actually still friends with now. So it just goes to show, like, no matter who you are, no matter what, your friends are your friends. The true friends will stick by you no matter what.
Your best friends will stick with you, and those are the ones that matter.
When I first came out at 15, it was the only thing that I was.
I don't define myself as a police officer, I don't define myself as a lesbian.
It's definitely a part of who I am.
But it's not everything of who I am.
There's just so many other components and so many other facets to who I am.
To define me as a person,
I feel that what defines me is my character.